The easiest way to form a relationship. Hello. The easiest way to form a relationship with God is to ask. To ask earnestly. And this is my own personal experience. But I always ask God. I saw all these happy, I was raised Catholic, and I don't think I was catechized very well. Like, we didn't have like those deep philosophical conversations. We didn't do a whole lot of praying as a family. But I was raised Catholic, and I saw a lot of happy Catholics around me. And I always wanted that. You know, my dad passed away when I was young, and like, so I was sad. I was really sad. And I wanted that like true happiness when people were like, oh my gosh, I have this such like profound joy when I know God. I'm like, oh, that'd be sick. That'd be nice to have. That'd be sweet to feel profound, endless, boundless amounts of joy. I don't have that. And so, honestly, I always told God, I was like, I'll be yours, you know, like, please help me with my faith. Like, please, I just don't believe. And I don't know how to get over that. And I genuinely asked for about 12 years. From the time I was 18 until 31, like 13 years. And then finally, he gave it to me. And I didn't really put in a whole lot of effort in between those years. But here's the thing. If you honestly ask, because here's the thing. Coming from like an agnostic point of view previously, people think that, like, I think a lot of atheists and agnostics and stuff, they genuinely believe that Catholics just like tell themselves this thing, you know, or at least a lot of people do, to make themselves feel good. But that wouldn't bring me the joy that it does. I so genuinely believe that it's true, because God will work in your life. And when he does that, you know, if you ask and you really ask honestly, he will give you what you need to be close to him. Right? He's a parent, he's your dad. And any parent, if a child asks, like, he might make you go through some struggles because he sees the whole story, right? And he knows, oh, if I give you this right now, that's actually going to lead you down a bad path. So he might not give you exactly what you want when you want it. But if you really want a relationship with God, all you have to do is ask. And then here's the catch. When you get those signs, when you start getting that inclination of like, when like a friend is like, hey, you want to come to church with me? Say yes. And that doesn't mean you're going to struggle. That doesn't mean all of a sudden you're going to go to mass, you're going to love it. But God doesn't give us the relationship with him for nothing. It costs quite a bit, actually, you know? And the more you want, the more you get, the more you want. But to get more, you have to work more, you know? And I feel like that's the same with any relationship. Like, my marriage is the best when I put maximum effort in. If I start pulling back and doing what I want to do, regardless of what my wife wants, my wife and I don't become closer, we become further apart. And it's the same thing with God. So if you want something, but here's the thing, is God really wants a relationship with you, and he will help you out. So if you want a really good relationship with the Lord, you got to ask, and then you got to be ready, because holy cow, the dude will hit you like a train. At least, I mean, that's what happened to me. It was like, whoa, you know, and he changed my life. And here I am on YouTube, like, super passionate about it. I'm so passionate about God because he is real. It's like, whoa, you know? And the creator of the universe wants a relationship with me. Holy cow. The one, I would just say, like, it's not, I guess it is a downside, I guess. But it's good. It's not good to live in like a fake world, right? You want to live in reality. But the reality of really truly believing in God is that you also really truly believe in hell. And you believe that failing God is not good. And there are serious consequences that can come from failing God, choosing to do your own thing. So honestly, asking for a real faith, it's like a serious thing that you're asking for. So be prepared for like an intensity that comes along with the joyous feeling, because God asks a lot from especially people he gives a really strong faith to. He doesn't give it for nothing. He's like, okay, I gave you this feeling. I gave you this connection. I gave you this feeling of love. I gave you this joy, this hope. Now you are going to do something for me. And it like gives me chills. Like literally, I don't know if you can see it. It like gives me like goosebumps. And you better not fail the master of the universe. Like, you know, like it's super serious. So, yeah, but if you want it, it's just so good. It's so good. Like I'm telling you, I'm speaking from experience. Porn, masturbation, drugs, alcohol, being lazy, watching TV, nothing compares to a relationship with God. Like not even, like you can't even put them in the same equation. Like you can't even relate the two. Like one is a distraction. The other is pure, endless joy, hope, and love. You know what I mean? It's not a comparison. It's not like, oh, this kind of makes you happy and this one makes you really happy. This one's just, all these other things are just a distraction from what you're supposed to have, what you're supposed to be doing. And you can have it, you know? And if you don't know how to have it, the thing is, I think a lot of people want it, but then they're not willing to put in any work. And that's not the way it works. You know, you have to ask. And then when you get a sign, if God asks you to do things, be prepared to step up. Because, and this is like my own personal opinion, but you know how like if you're a parent, and you only understand this if you're a parent, but I think it's true. I parent my children differently, and I hold them to kind of different standards depending on what their skills are, what their drawbacks are, like what their flaws are, you know? And this is my own personal opinion. I don't know. But I feel like if God gives you that faith, he holds you to a higher standard. Like, I am very scared of getting in front of God eventually and him being like, dude, I gave you exactly what you asked for. And you didn't do anything with it. How dare you? How dare you? Like, I'd be like, like, when I get up there, he's going to be like, I gave you all this stuff. You asked for all these things. I gave you all of it. I have a family. I have a good job. I have a really strong faith. I have great friends. I have a good church community. And God's going to be like, what did you do for me? And if I have to stand up there and be like, I went to mass every Sunday for 1 hour, he's going to be like, nope, not good enough. Not good enough. And I don't know if that's true. I have a feeling it's true, which is why I have such a strong desire to like spread the word of God. So I think it's really easy to form a relationship with God. It takes work, but like the equation is simple. Ask him for help, genuinely ask. You have to really mean it. And then when he asks you to do something, do it and pray. But the first step is really just genuinely asking. If you genuinely ask, he'll lead you home to him. So that's the main point. And I'm telling you, you got to ask because it's so good. It is wicked. Wicked good. I shouldn't even say wicked because it's just like I've been saying wicked more, but it's like a northeastern kind of, I don't know, super cool, wicked cool type of thing. But God is just unbelievable. It's wild. And you can't even explain it. I could go on and on, but it's like, you can't even, I don't know. How do you describe God? Like once you get the relationship, you know, and I'm not even like fully there, but like I'm pretty strongly there. Whoa. Crazy. See ya.